just watch it from above. The pills taste bitter, but they make me feel better this time. It's bad enough. Endless days and stormy waters, into the pain I dive. Too much weight upon your daughter's shoulders, but I'm alive. Oh, oh, he said I've called you by name. Oh, oh, son, you're mine. Oh, oh, he carried you home. Goodbye, take care. You left so many plans undone. I learned this holy life won't wait for anyone. Another good man is gone. Somebody's father, somebody's son. You left so many plans undone. I learned this holy life won't wait for anyone. I owe you to the brave and strong. From now said I've called you by name. Oh, oh, son, you're mine. Oh, oh, he carried you home. Goodbye, take care. Goodbye. Oh, oh, he said I've called you by name. Oh, oh, son, you're mine. Oh, oh, he carried you home. Goodbye, take care. Goodbye. Oh, he said I've called you by name. Oh, oh, he carried you home. Goodbye, take care.
What's up, you crazy, crazy, crazy people who keep buying pedals and pedals and pedals and pedals and pedals and pedals and then amps and then guitars and then you buy more pedals. Why? Because it's fun. And it's you only spend a little bit of money, $100, $200, $300, $400, maybe Chase Bliss pedal, $500, but usually it doesn't break the bank and you just keep on having fun. And playing guitar isn't about being a rock star. Because rock stars, how many are really there now? Is there even a chance to be a rock star? That's a different discussion. But it's about having fun. And part of having fun is not torturing yourself by carrying big-ass amps or big-ass cabs or anything big-ass and heavy. And sometimes part of having fun is carrying something really heavy, but you don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm going anyway. But carrying really big amps, but then all of a sudden the fun stops because the tube blows, and you're like, what am I gonna do? And I have the solution for that. There are leaves blowing into my door. Just an information you needed. There is a company in Bulgaria For you Americans, look it up where that is, because we know you suck at geography. We know. Come on. There's a company in Bulgaria. Sorry, guys. It's true. There's a company in Bulgaria called Kyro Audio. Not Cairo like the city in Egypt, where that is. Look it up, you Americans. I'm sorry. I got all of you guys. So Egypt's in Africa, just in case. My mom lives there. It's gonna be a long ass video if I keep this up. Kyro Audio. I think that should just be called Kyro because it's a cool logo. It's a cool word with a K and an Y and an R and an O. But why audio? That kind of makes it. Okay, Kyro Audio. Skip the audio. And they have a product called the Dulo 830. Why the 830? Skip that. Call it Dulo. The Kyro Dulo. Bam. Why Dulo? I don't know. So the point is, it's the product that Hughes & Kettner should have made. It's the product that the Hughes & Kettner spirit of vintage could have been. A pedal platform, pedal board amp. Kind of like what Quilter is doing and some other companies. And I think they're freaking nailing it. If Leslie, who's switching today, is so kind to put it right there, it is not big. It is not heavy. It's got a power supply that's a little bit bigger. That's the power supply. It's not ridiculously huge. It's actually smaller than the one from Hughes & Kettner. Goes in the back right here. This is the size of the pedal. It's a normal size. On the right, we have an input. Bodoink. There's no through or anything. There's not even an effects loop because it's a clean platform. On the left, there is a speaker out, and I think it's rated at 4 to 16 ohms, and I think the thing has 30 watts. What else would the 830 be? There's also an XLR on the left for DI. So compared to some other solutions that have a 1/4 inch out, I think this is already a little bit more pro version. It comes with the cab sim, which is nice if you wanted that. Ba-bam, have that on and use it. But of course, you can run cab sim off and run that into your 2 notes cab M or your Engel cab loader or run it DI into your computer and then put an IR, an impulse response of a cab on there. If it goes, switch the ground lift. All the little switchies, everything feels very high-end, valuable. The knobs turn really nicely and fat. It's good quality. It's a good quality pedal. Design, I don't know what this is. And Kyro Audio built in Bulgaria, Dulo. It's a lot of information on there. Okay, I would scale that back a bit. I love the mute button. It's a standby for your foot. So in standard setup, there's a 3-band EQ, which is right now not on. Take it out of the equation. Presence and volume, and there's a bright switch. I generally like things a little bit brighter, and I think maybe they will add a 3-position bright switch or something like this, but you can get it plenty bright if you want to. The whole idea is stay clean, work with pedals, make them loud. We'll test it. Right now going into the aux, which is behind me in a rack. Right there above the little Aboga speaker, which we'll get to later, there's the aux. We're going into the aux with a 412 creamback loaded cab, and we're going to test it with that. We're going to throw it into the Aboga cab in the room, which is probably going to distort the mic. But just to show you, it can get loud enough. Even clean, I think it can survive in a band context if your drummer isn't completely insane. And then we're going into DI, check out what that sounds like. But just the built-in cab simulation to see if that could survive in a live situation if you needed it. We're going to test it with a Plexi Drive from Wampler, with a FUZZ from Pedal Pawn, and some effects from Crazy Tube Circuits. It's all there. It's all in front of the pedal because that's how you would have it on your board. And a small board it would be. You could really have that sidekick from Crazy Tube Circuits on a fly rig, have that thing on the fly rig, 1, 2, maybe 3 drives, maybe the automaton from Chase Bliss, that is a whole bunch of drives, 3, 4, 5 pedals plus that, and you literally have a usable rig, as I will demonstrate with this Friedman Metro D. At the moment that really doesn't have a lot of 3D depth. It of course doesn't have that depth that a tube amp has. Why? It's not a tube amp, that's why. But if I click in the bright, click in the EQ, a little bit more presence, and then a little bit of reverb in front of it from the sidekick. A little bit of delay. Yeah, it comes to life. And it's actually pleasant to play. At times, you're completely forgetting that you're playing a pedal amp. Technology's come a long way. I was flabbergasted when I turned on the Drive and recorded the track with it, because holy facola, that's a real alternative for the small gig. Trust me. I'm going to turn all this stuff. I'm going to leave a little bit of reverb on. I'm going to kick on that Wampler. Yeah, it's doing that. It just reacts beautifully to the pedal. They attack everything. And there is no latency, because it's not a digital box. It's not a modeler. It's none of that. It's immediate like an amp. So that's awesome. Let's check the EQ. subtle adjustments, nothing crazy. I would generally like a little bit more high-end. It also obviously really depends on the speaker. If I go to my V30 setting now, that's gonna be brighter. So yeah, in the setting that I usually have based on my baseline, on my standard, that needs a little bit more brightness. But it's got enough to make you happy. It doesn't have too little, but some reserves would be good. Fuzz. But that's technically it. That's the pedal. Fuzzes and something impedance. But yes, that also works. Obviously, it works with many other drives. I can't test them all. The sounds are there. Now, we're going to plug it into the cab in the room just to show you, yeah, there's volume. Cab in the room. Pretty, but it can be louder. And it stays clean. Yeah, it's loud, that's the point. Now we're gonna go DI. The DI is unaffected by the volume, which is fine. You can set up your cab independent of your front of house. With the FUZZ. Lydian! Point is, this thing, it's everything that I hoped the Hughes-Kettner Spirit of Vintage would be. A pedal with an EQ that I can put pedals in front of on a pedal board. It doesn't have an effects loop, which it doesn't need because it doesn't drive at all, ever. At full volume, at full 30 watt, push it into the cab, clean as a whistle. It's got a ground lift, which is fine. It's got a cab sim, which I can turn off if I want that and then go DI into my computer to record with IRs. It's got an XLR professional connection line-out thing. Got a freaking mute switch, which is cool. The Hughes-Kettner does not. This is cute. This is a little cutesy thing for on your table, that's fine, and it sounds great by itself, but it isn't a mature product. This is a product for the real musician. You can actually use this in a live situation because, you know what, it has a mute switch, it has XLR, it has an EQ to tweak your sound, which you can take all out of the equation. Bam, EQ out. It's logical. Up is on, so up is on all of them. There isn't... Some of these things have up is on and then down is on something else. Personally, you see, I want bright presence treble. I go brighter, but it's also due to my cap selection. So some more brightness, or maybe a 3-position bright switch would be a good idea. This is starting to sell in November 2020, which is probably a good idea. Lockdown's coming back. Sit at home, play with your pedal amp. I don't know exactly how much it will be. It's under 300 euro, and it's well built by some crazy Bulgarian engineers. I can't fault it. I literally can't. It's loud. It's incredibly fun to play. And when I recorded the track and when I'm playing it, I'm not missing a big ass behemoth of a tube amp. I'm not. And I'm pretty impressed by that. This is a paid video, I just remembered. Yes, but that's not why I'm saying that. I'm saying that because that's why, because it is. Links below to this, pre-sale happening now. Thanks, Leslie, for switching. Please follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And if you haven't subscribed here, why in the world haven't you? What's wrong with you? Animals at the end.
Drown in your tears. When I'm with you, I'm a person, and I forget all my fears. Hold me and don't let go. I don't care what people say. It's my